Hello, my name is Gordon Chan, and I'm the Innovation Lab Manager at the Future Skills Center, which we call the FSC. And for those of you who aren't familiar with us, FSC is a pan-Canadian initiative focused on driving innovation in skills development. And we do this by partnering with over 240 organizations across the country to address current and future-oriented labor market challenges and opportunities. And as FSC looks ahead, the need for Canadians to build digital skills is very clear. Our lives are becoming increasingly digitized, everything from economic to civic and cultural participation, and consequently, Canada's labor force requires a significant boost to our digital capacity if we are to realize the opportunities available. The Information and Communications Technology Council forecasted that between 2021 and 2025 alone, 250,000 jobs will be added to Canada's digital economy, which includes occupations such as graphics designers, database analysts, and information systems analysts. And while we struggle to meet this growing demand, organizations such as the Council for Canadian Academics note that women, Indigenous youth, and other groups remain significantly underrepresented in technology-skilled positions. And so the question that we are asking ourselves at the FSC is how can we effectively upskill Canadians? How can we create more pathways to career mobility so that these digitally skilled opportunities become accessible to even more people in this country? Now, first we should acknowledge that it is possible to support workers to transition to a digital career. Research from the Conference Board of Canada and FSC shows that 86% of high-risk occupations, such as administrative assistants or machinists, have one or more transition pathway to a digital career that is rapidly growing after a year of training, which means that most people can make the switch to a digital career. People do not need to be left behind by technological change, and the amount of time and effort required to make a transition does not have to be insurmountable. Now, there are a variety of transition programs, and they can take many, many forms, but here are a few of the examples that we're seeing. Empower Canada is an organization that prepares unemployed and underemployed youth across this country for technology careers by offering free training in digital skills and professional skills. In its first cohort, 85% of graduates were employed or enrolled in higher education within 11 months. And by its third cohort, 68% of graduates achieved the same in only 4 months. In Calgary, the Edge Up program transitions displaced oil and gas workers to digital careers through a collaboration between the federal government, municipal governments, and academic institutions. And after 14 months, over 70% of these mid-career workers were able to find employment in new technology jobs, or they're furthering their education. And here in the Greater Toronto Area, Rogers Cybersecurity Catalyst prepares individuals across the country for cybersecurity careers, especially those from underrepresented groups. Women and persons of color make up only 10% of Canada's cybersecurity workforce, but 57% of the program's graduates are women, and 68% of its students self-identify as racialized persons. Our team at FSC is now busy analyzing these and other promising models to extract the insights that they hold, but I want to share with you two of the emerging lessons that we're seeing. Firstly, digital upskilling efforts are most successful when they include both technical and non-technical skills, such as verbal communication and problem solving. The transition programs mentioned earlier work to train hybrid talent, individuals who understand not just digital technology, but also how to match this technology with organizational needs. Through applied projects and work-integrated learning, program participants integrate these non-technical skills into their digital initiatives. And this is important because digital abilities can become outdated in 3 to 5 years as new innovations emerge, but non-technical skills allow program participants to adapt and remain competitive far into the future. Second, employer engagement really is critical, and it needs to be expanded. Edge Up, for example, spent more than 6 months investigating the skills needs of employers, and Empower Canada partnered with more than 200 employers to understand their IT hiring needs. And that being said, many of FSC's project partners still tell us that engaging employers remains challenging. In Canada, employer engagement can be especially difficult because small and medium enterprises make up 90% of private sector employment in this country, compared with only 50% in the United States. Because our companies are often smaller, these programs in Canada often have to engage more employers just to provide the same number of job opportunities to their program participants. It can also be difficult to persuade companies to put in the effort needed to design on-ramps to rapidly changing occupations, or to revise their HR processes to accommodate non-traditional candidates. And while the time and effort required can deter some organizations, research shows that employers who partner closely with transition programs, they see lower staff turnover and higher productivity. There is still a lot we need to do in this space, but transitioning individuals from high-risk jobs to high-growth digital careers is absolutely possible. And we invite you all to take a part. Everybody here in this theater and everybody online, we invite everybody to play a part. Collaborate with transition programs the next time you're looking to hire digital talent, or encourage your industry association to connect with these programs and create a sector-wide initiative that you can join. Make sure your digital upskilling initiatives also build non-technical skills, and advocate for HR policies that embrace candidates from a non-traditional background. With participation from stakeholders across the country, there is no doubt that Canada can provide an inclusive and competitive labor force needed in the next digital age. Thank you.